If like practically every man that has ever existed and exists today, you too want to possess a pair of bigger, stronger, and more muscular sleeve-splitting arms, there are only two, yes, two movements that you need to perform. That is flexion and extension of the radius and ulna at the elbow joint. Now, I don't want you to go thinking to yourself, with only two exercises, how can you possibly avoid staleness or training plateaus? So understand this. Just because there are only two movements that dominate the pursuit of building the pair of pipes that you want, that doesn't mean that limits you to doing only two specific exercises. Because within each of these two movement patterns, flexion and extension, there are countless methods for you to give yourself the variety needed to constantly provide your body a new stimulus with which to adapt to. Look, although these days I work pretty much predominantly with kettlebells, what I would urge you to do is to build an extensive list of every possible flexion and extension based option with every possible weight you have access to, and constantly be rotating through each of those different options to constantly give your body a new stimulus to adapt to. Alter the grip and angles that you load from, like you see me do with towel curls. Mix up the tempo of your reps by adding pauses and slow eccentric work. Change up the implements that you use. Don't just use kettlebells, use dumbbells, barbells, sandbags, bands, body weight, whatever. Rotate through different rep ranges, weight schemes, wrist positioning, where you do them from, like say a bench, a floor, or a standing position. Add bands, do drop sets, extend the set with body weight work or carries after your flexion and extension based work. The options are absolutely endless. They're only limited to your own creativity. So if you want to force more gains in your biceps, your brachialis, your triceps, and your forearms, learn to tap into that creativity to constantly give your body a new demand to adapt to. And for God's sake, eat smart and sleep good on a consistent basis too. Because until you get those two things in order, you'll just be putting your arms through hell in vain. Now, to give you an idea of how a simple but creative arm workout can look, utilizing really only two movement patterns, here's a quick single kettlebell arm routine for you to chew on. And yeah, my apologies for the poor video quality of today's workout routine. By the time my wife and I were free to film, the sun had already went down. But hey, better something than nothing, right? I know you guys don't come here to check out my freakish good looks, but more so the inspiration I provide with the workouts that I hook you up with. So, enough talking, let's get to work. Hey guys, quick note on doing curls with a kettlebell. Although technically, yes, you can do a curl from the horns of a kettlebell, the reason I like doing them suspended and loaded at a lower angle from either a towel, a rope, or even bands is that it dramatically increases the overall ROI on the movement itself. It adds a big grip strengthening and forearm size building component to it. The angle it's loaded on is a far different stimulus than you're probably accustomed to if you're just doing curls with the weight loaded at or around your hips. And it's far less stressful on your wrist overall throughout the entirety of the range of motion as well. So if you're team kettlebell all the way and you want an option that hits your biceps hard, be sure to give this style of curl a shot. Now, if you enjoyed the tips and routine inside today's video and want more like it in the future, then I'd like to ask you to do a few quick and simple things for me here before taking off. First, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to get a steady supply of quick, heavy-hitting content that helps busy men get badass gains without having to spend an entire hour or two inside the gym that you just don't have. And lastly, let me know what other muscle groups you'd like me to help build a minimalist approach to training for by commenting down below. Look, my content is 100% driven by a desire to help you quickly and efficiently solve your training and diet problems. So leave your questions or suggestions down in the comment section below, and I'll do my part to hook you up with solutions in the future. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. Chandler out.